All right, hello everyone. Welcome to another mock draft today. Today I am doing a Philadelphia Eagles 7 round mock draft. This is my first 7 round mock draft for the Philadelphia Eagles of the draft cycle on my channel. I'm going to do a few more throughout the draft process. I know 2022 draft I had more content. I have been working. I've been pretty busy recently, so I'm going to be doing a few mocks, especially with the full first round, full second round. Uh, for team mock drafts, though, if you comment down below you're a fan of this team, I'll make sure I get one out. But I am not trying to do one of every team. But if you're let's say you're a Raven, Cowboy, Lion, Patriot, Eagle, whatever fan you are, I'll try to get a 7 round mock draft out. I'm going to be doing trades. Just a heads up as well, I do know that PFF does have a pay system now to where that's how they do their mock drafts now. For trades, if you are a college student, you can get half off. If you comment down below how to get that, it's just when you pay for it, there's an option like, are you a college student? Just click on it. You have to put some information online. But I'm not educating you guys how to register for some stuff because I'm not sponsored. So let's get this started. I am going to monitor the board for a potential trade. Oh, I think the Bears are going to target Jordan Davis. Not Jordan Davis. Jalen Carter. Sorry. Wrong draft. You know what? I can't make a trade. I don't want to trade up in the draft. Shit. Okay. The reason why I didn't really want to trade up is we don't really have enough picks to trade up, actually. So pick 10. You see the needs here. I don't like any of these needs. I think a guard is the only need because Jurgens is technically at the center position. And I think a day 3 receiver is all we need. So it's just BPA. Looking at the board, there is some good players. However, with Devin Witherspoon, Jalen Carter, Tyree Wilson, and Will Anderson not falling to us at 10, I want to trade back. The Lions want to move up, and Baltimore wants to move up. Lions would be an interesting team to move up with. I mean, I would kind of want to get a first next year, but it doesn't look like that's a possibility. If you can give me 48 as well as that Vikings third next year, offer it, good. So we did trade back to 18, picked up 48. We got a third next year, which means we're just going to be loaded with picks for next year. Oh, damn it. Myles Murphy got picked. That was someone I was a little interested in. I think I'm going to stick it out at 18. Lucas Van Ness would have been a target. All right, so looking at the board here, I think Bijan Robinson is definitely a player Eagles fans are going to consider. I do not want to touch Bijan Robinson unless he's there at the board at 30. I get he's such a great player, and I know he's going to be – he could very well be a Hall of Fame running back. Tell me the last Hall of Fame running back that won a Super Bowl. Yeah, next question. So I'm not going to consider Bijan here. A lot of Eagles fans are hyping Brian Branch. I'm not really a fan of the tape. I think he's more of a slot corner, and we have a good slot corner right now, so I'm not interested in him. I do like Kalijah Cansey. I do know that a lot of people like Adebore a little bit more than Kalijah Cansey at a defensive tackle position. The other person is Brian Brzee, someone that I'm a huge fan of. And if you look at our defensive interior, he is kind of like Milton Williams in a way. So with this pick, however, I want to draft Nolan Smith. And I'm going to pause real quick. Bijan to Tampa is interesting. The reason I went Nolan Smith is, first of all, I think Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat are good comparisons, right? And adding more athleticism on that defensive line and edge rushers is not a bad idea, especially if we are moving to a 3-4. I want to have more athleticism on the edge. Nolan Smith, he was an early second round grade for me until the combine, where he was amazing. I thought the on-field drills were well for him as well. And, with how the NFL is right now with athleticism on the edge, I think Nolan Smith is going to be a very good football player. I also think that he kind of got shadowed a little bit. I mean, I think he was a little not shadowed. The right word is I don't know what the right word is, but there were so much good players at Georgia on the defensive side of the ball that, like, if Nolan Smith was at Tennessee or Kentucky, like he would be like Tyree Wilson in a way. I am gonna stick it out at 30. I think 30 is actually a more realistic trade down scenario than 10. Looking at the board here, I really do not like the board here. Yeah, I want to trade back. Colts want to move up. Saints want to move up. Jets want to move up. Chargers, Giants. You know what? We work with the Saints a lot, so give me 115, 165. I think that's more than fair. Eagles just get more picks. Saints take Jack Campbell, that's actually not a bad pick. All right, pick 40 for the Philadelphia Eagles. I am going to make a pick that a lot of Eagle fans are not going to like. I'm taking Cody Mauch here. You may say it's a reach. Here's the Cody Mauch. He is a guy that can play all 5 positions on the offensive line. With how much injuries there are today in the NFL, that player is so versatile and so valuable. I know. I like North Dakota State, but even watching his tape too, I have a mid-first round grade in him. Like, he is super physical. He's pretty athletic as well. I think he is, maybe besides Paris Johnson Jr., the best of both worlds in this year's class at the tackle position. Pick 48. Adebawore is kind of intriguing on the interior of the defensive line. I want to go my safety, Antonio Johnson, though. I do know that we brought in Terrell Edmonds, which I think Terrell Edmonds is a good football player, but I think getting a young safety in that room as well. Because, hey, if he has a good year, I don't want to pay him a lot of money. And we saw with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson that, hey, receivers are great. Safeties are great. Trading for a guy on a 1-year deal is great, but they have a good chance of leaving and taking $6.5 million with a team that's probably not in the Super Bowl hunt. Still a little bitter about that one. All right, pick 62. I kind of wish Adebawore was still here. I like Garrett Williams out of the corner out of Syracuse. Not as high on Andre Carter. A lot of people like Sidney Brown. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I think that he's more of a second or third best safety in the class. I just think Antonio Johnson as a run stopper is just such an intriguing player. Reminds me a lot of Malcolm Jenkins, which I think would be a perfect safety fit for the team. But I'm going to take Garrett Williams, though, the corner out of Syracuse. Definitely going to be a guy that we could develop. I do know we have Zach McPherson, Josh Jobe, Mario Goodrich, but I think bringing another good young corner in the room would be definitely good because Darius Slay and James Bradbury are the best 2 corners who are getting older. I like Avonte Maddox too, but maybe taking a mid to late round nickel would not be a terrible idea as well. Pick 94 here. If Hendon Hooker was on the board, I would consider it. Luckily, he's gone. I don't understand why PFF has Tanner McKee so much higher than Hendon Hooker. I think Hooker's a better football player. I am super high on Tyjae Spears. I'm going to take Tyjae Spears here. Such a good football player. Especially that USC game. I know USC's defense is not a good defense at all. I don't think I've seen better running back tape. I don't think I've seen Bijan Robinson better in a game than that game by Tyjae Spears. Spears, my number 2 running back. Best of both worlds, elusive end power. I think he could be a running back 1 in the NFL. Taking him in the 3rd round is definitely a steal in my book. Next pick here. Wow, Deuce Vaughn isn't a 4th rounder. Deuce Vaughn would be so intriguing, but I'm not taking another running back here. The receiver board's actually, the board for receiver is not that bad. Andre Isobaz. I forgot. I watched his tape. I forgot his exact pronunciation. I am very high in Xavier Hutchinson as well at receiver. I just kind of want to see what else there is on the board before I take him. I wouldn't mind taking a tight end. I just don't think the value is there right now. Um, you know, Henry To'oTo'o, I don't mind. Ventrell Miller as well, but I think I don't really want to go with a linebacker here. I mean, we definitely could, it's not always a bad thing to have more edge rushers. Eagles actually are. I think Mike Morris got a interview with the Eagles. I saw that. I think I'm going to take a receiver here, and it's between Hutchinson and Iosivas. I'm going to take. This is a tough one. I'm going to take the guy who's a little faster and go Iosivas. I think Hutchinson's just a better player, but for Philadelphia, I think Iosivas is a better skit or a better fit. I do actually want to get his name pronounced correctly because even when I saw his tape, though, too, like it's pronounced really weird. No offense, I just gotta relearn how to pronounce his name. Charlie Jones of Seattle, I like that pick a lot. All right, pick 165. So far for the Eagles, really, I mean, I do want to get a quarterback in the class, but I think I'm going to wait till the 7th because I think there's still a lot of really good guys left. We got a running back. Is Will Mallory still on the board? He is. I'm going to take Will Mallory. Definitely one guy at the combine that was a lot better than I expected. He ran really well, but when I watched the combine, I'm a lot more intrigued with the drills. And I thought Will Mallory in the drill showed I think he would be a good fit for Philly. I guess that the Grant Calcaterra and him are kind of, at least from what I saw, similar. The issue with Philly is I think we need a really good tight end too for our offense. And I would have went with, maybe Dalton Kincaid. I was considering it at one point. I just didn't want to make that move there. But I do think the Eagles need to get better at tight end too. And could Will Mallory be that? We'll see. All right. 7th round. At this point, I know we need to have a little bit more love on the offensive line. We did take Cody Mauch. I am actually high. I don't know if he's in this board or did he already get picked? Forgot his exact name, but he was a tackle out of Baylor. He did really good at the combine. I can't find him at all. But I also loved Anthony Bradford, so I'm going to take Anthony Bradford. He was actually maybe my favorite player watching at the combine, especially in the drills. Very, very fluid. I think he did outstanding in the drills. I don't even know what he ran again, but his drill work was really, really good. I think Anthony Bradford, honestly, in the 7th round, could be the Trey Smith of this year's class of a late round offensive lineman. Final pick in the draft is 248. I know we signed Marcus Mariota. I hope we bring Nick Foles. But I think a quarterback is definitely something I would consider for Philadelphia. The other thing I would consider is a punter. Because I do not understand Aaron Sipas's love in the building. I think he is just okay. You know what? I'm a Michigan fan. I'm going to take Brad Robbins. I don't really know much about the punters in this year's class, to be honest with y'all. So if you have an issue with that pick, say it all in the comments if you want another punter better. I know the punter from Michigan State's not bad. The Rutgers punter, I think he didn't look good from when I saw him either at the East-West or Senior Bowl. So let's see how PFF grades my draft. You guys hated the Cody Mauch pick. Too bad. Lily, you guys did not like my draft at all, PFF. Whenever I do my 7-round mock drafts, I always like to look back and see what was my favorite pick and what I could have done better. In all honesty, I think the trades were fine. Trading back to get a lot of different players. I think we also got almost all of our bases covered. So I'm happy with this mock, y'all. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Eagles fans, let me know your thoughts below. I know you guys are not going to be a big fan of the Cody Mauch pick, but too bad. All right, thank y'all for watching. Bye-bye.